East Coast LQ Today, we're reviewing Blue Run Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Reflection 1.
This bourbon is a small batch whiskey and was contract distilled by Blue Run's liquid advisor and Bourbon Hall of Famer, Jim Rutledge. Jim distilled this batch of barrels at Castle and Key Distillery, and the proof is 95 or 47.5% alcohol by volume. There's no age statement, but it's aged at least 4 years based on label requirements set by TTB. The mash bill is undisclosed, and the manufacturer's suggested retail price is $100, but I got my bottle for $80.
On the back, it says meticulously balanced sweet and spicy bourbon, hand bottled in Bardstown, Kentucky by Blue Run Spirits, LLC. So without further ado, let's crack this open, go for the pour. Now, I did find this yesterday in Charlton, Massachusetts. Went up to Treehouse Brewing Company and stopped at a liquor store in Charlton. Yankee Spirits, actually. And I saw this. I haven't seen it at any of the other Yankee Spirits, so I was excited to grab a bottle, try it out. Especially, like I said, $20 under MSRP is a pretty good deal. So the color of the whiskey, it's about copper color in appearance. Some nice alcohol legs coming down the side of the glass already. Looks solid. So 47.5%, 95 proof. Looks like it's got some good viscosity for that proof. Let's go for the nose. On the nose, I get a lot of like baking spices, almost reminiscent to like a cinnamon roll, or even like a Cinnabon cinnamon roll. It's got a lot of sweetness and caramelized sugar, some apple. There's a nice citrusy note in there as well, like a candied orange, some oak. But yeah, overall, it's got a good balance of sweet/spicy on the nose. Now, I don't think it's ethanol alcohol that's present on the nose. I think it's more of those like baking spices that I'm kind of picking up on. But yeah, overall, I would say the best way to describe this is citrusy, fruity, and sweet with a good amount of like a pastry, almost bakery-like cinnamon spice with just like a hint of that oak on the back end. It smells really good. It's as far as being like a super unique nose, I feel like I've had some stuff that's pretty similar to this, but it doesn't smell young. A little bit of cherry in there, actually. Yeah, it doesn't smell young. Now, they are saying, they don't actually come out and say it, but with the based on the label requirements, it's at least 4 years old. So, let's dive in. Try this out. Cheers. Now, when I first cracked this and had this, I had it on my my buddy Thomas Mel 75, his Wildcard Wednesday, and it was very spicy at first. Now, after a couple pours out of the bottle, it seems like it's a little bit more tamed. A lot of that citrusy candied orange is coming through. And I'm also kind of getting that cinnamon, baking spices, kind of pastry-like finish. So there is a little bit of an oak astringency, but it definitely has more of the cinnamon, baking spices on the back end. On the finish is more prominent than the oak. Good hint of caramel in there. A little bit of that apple is coming around on the palate as well. Yeah, it's got a very sugary, candied sweetness up front that ends up being balanced out by the spice. I think that this is a it's a pretty good bottle. Let me turn it around. Yeah, it has a very clean and subtle flavor profile. It's not too punchy like when I first had it. The spices kind of create more of that like pastry like spice, and it's not too spicy and overpowering on the finish. Very laid back and clean. As far as the mouthfeel, 47.5%, 95 proof. I think it's kind of drinking a little bit, I want to say a little bit thinner, just because the flavors are so well balanced. And that's not knocking the bourbon. I think that it's it just has a very good balance to it, and they kind of hit you with those light flavor notes, and it's not super robust and rich. With certain flavor notes. So there is a good complexity, and the bourbon is something that you can keep sipping on. It's not too overpowering. You can get a good sip, and it's not going to be too much. So what I really like about this, I like that it kind of has that, like I said, like cinnamon roll or like Cinnabon kind of finish. But I also really like the a little bit more lighter, fruity, vibrant flavors. I think they nailed it when they said sweet and spicy, because you really do get like a caramelized apple with some candied orange and like a cinnamon roll finish. And as far as the oak, there's a little bit of that astringency on the back end, but it's not super prominent. Like I said, I think the cinnamon spice kind of takes over, and it doesn't leave you too dry on the palate. Would I buy this again for $80 before I rate it? I would say that, yeah, I possibly would buy this again down the line. I do think it does have a unique flavor profile, very similar to some other bourbons that I've had that are a little bit higher quality. But yeah, if I can get this for $80 again at $100, I'm not sure if I would spend $100. I think that at that $80 range is a perfect number for this. So I am glad that I got it for $80. And if I did spend $100 on it, I might be a little disappointed, because I've had some other stuff that was around that $100 mark that I would say is better than this. But overall, it's a pretty good whiskey. As far as a rating, I'm gonna give this a, one being the price point, I'm gonna give it a, I'm gonna go solid 92. I do not think it's like a world-class whiskey, but it is unique and different from the stuff that you can buy for like $50-$60. I think if you can get it for that $80 range, it's worth the money. So with that being said, like I said, the 92 out of 100, I would like to give it a little bit higher, because it is unique and it does have a very great flavor profile. But like I said, I just think that there's some stuff out there that you can spend $80 on, or $80 to $100, and they're a little bit better than this. Maybe you get something that's a little bit older. Yeah, it's a good product. I would recommend it for sure. If you see this, go out, try it out yourself. Maybe if you can get I would definitely recommend, over just buying a straight up bottle, kind of like what I did, I recommend trying a pour at a bar if you can get that. Do that before you go and drop the 80 to 100 bucks. I haven't seen any Blue Run anywhere in a bar or in liquor stores, so I was a little tempted because the Blue Run does kind of hold some hype in the whiskey world nowadays, so I had to give it a shot. Yeah, there you have it. Solid whiskey. I'm definitely looking forward to trying this out with some of my buddies who are kind of getting into whiskey, kind of like Bumpy Road Brews. Great dude, go check him out. He's been just recently getting into bourbon a lot, and I think that this would be a good one to try with him. I believe online they were saying that this is a good whiskey for your entry-level drinker and your veteran drinker, because of the fact that it does hold a uniqueness, but it's also kind of lighter and vibrant enough to be opening and welcoming to someone who is just starting to get into whiskey. But yeah, there you have it. If there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my upcoming videos. Liquor Beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.